When there's a conflict and I'm engaged in that conflict, there has to be a stoppage on my behalf. I'm the one who has to choose that there's a pause. I'm going to take responsibility to step away because I'm making an assumption right now. I am wrong, even though I don't see it. I can even say that to who I'm in conflict with. And the reason that I can make that assumption is because I'm feeling upset.
Welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono with Alexander Noman.
Aloha, Alex here with the third part of man disease. And it's subtitled the cure, single quotes, the cure. And the reason it's in single quotes is because it's not a done deal, this cure segment. It's a daily effort, even if it's exercised. I oftentimes, as soon as I turn the camera on, I think of something completely off the track of where I'm at. And again, this time I hit on something in the book of Alcoholics Anonymous on page, I believe it's page 60. Any life run on self-will can hardly be a success. We are almost always in collision with something or somebody, even though our motives are good. That's what I was thinking of, was this thing about this. My motives can be good. It's not about good intentions. Absolutely. It can't be, because what I was looking at was this thing about, okay, the cure. Because in the parentheses, there's segment 5. Instead of usually it's on segment 3, which includes segment 1 and segment 2 of Malama Aloha Pono. But segment 5 is righting my wrong or wrongs. That can be either about something in the past, but in daily life, it's about keeping it current. So that's the cure, just putting it out there. And that's the resistance is to that, because I don't even have clarity on what it is I'm writing, what it is I did wrong. It's all muddled, because what I'm wanting to do is just go to that standby default of saying what's wanted to be heard, just to smooth things over. I'm sorry, or more in the more elite version, I apologize. I won't do that again, which is a flat-out lie. I won't do that again. It's impossible to promise that. There's no way of knowing. It's so that I can get out of hot water. No value at all. That's the default. So in red, I have there's that song, never having to say I'm sorry, because I don't want to even have to say I'm sorry. I'm wanting to be perfect. It's ridiculous. On a daily basis, I'm letting things slip by because I don't even want to go there, assuming I'm close to perfect or close enough. Man disease. And my review, my first note is on the review. So I'm not reviewing just very small things on number 1, just that it has nothing to do with gender. Because when I got to part 2, I even used women to exemplify. But coming back to me, because I'm sitting here, okay, I'm a man. I cannot, there's nothing I can do to simulate or make something happen to have a womb, to have the apparatus to make a baby. So I cannot relate to women on that level, that men are from Mars, women are from Venus, whatever that difference is. It's not. And yet, when I talk about the difference between, or not even the difference, just that when I treat a lie as if it's true, and I'm talking in front of people that are men and women, the women can relate to that just as much as the men. Or if I'm talking to a woman, it can be my daughters, my granddaughter, my significant other. It doesn't have anything to do with gender. So this man disease is a jargon item of Malama Aloha Pono. That's all. So, to catch up here, it's about the lie, and, well, I'll say one more thing about the part two to catch up with it, because I didn't mention it in part two, is that lie of if I admit, and it takes a lot of processing to connect that would equal I do not exist, what I talked about back there. It's really difficult to get to that because it's in the subconscious. It's way underneath in the subconscious. That doesn't exist between the ears, and it can't be grasped intellectually. It becomes in the entire being through these difficult and repetitive, rather maybe even intense processes. That's one way to get there, to that truth overriding the lie. There's another way. And that is by the consistent and constant daily or close to daily different actions in how to deal with this, recognizing wrongs, and then how to go forward in dealing with them, because it's either way, in the processes way or in the how to deal with them. It's all about ego deflation. It's total ego deflation in the processes, and in the changing the actions going forward, it's total ego deflation. That's the only way to bring it into the total being, not the intellect, because that's not ever going to do it. It can't even. That's where the ego. So no, it has to be the entire being. And how that's done is making an assumption. I have to assume when there's a conflict, there's a conflict, and I'm in the middle. I'm engaged in that conflict. There has to be a stoppage on my behalf. I'm the one who has to choose that there's a pause. Okay? I am going to take responsibility to to step away because, only because, I'm making an assumption right now. I am wrong, even though I don't see it. I can even say that to who I'm in conflict with. And the reason that I can make that assumption is because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling upset, disturbed, irritated, whatever the word, angry, it can be whatever word, annoyed. It doesn't matter what the word is. I'm not at peace in that moment. Just because of that, I can make the assumption I am in the wrong. I don't see it. There's no way I can comprehend it. But it's time to pause and go away so that I can do segment 3. Or if I'm, of course, in the program, the 10th step. It doesn't matter what it's called, the inventory, the self-assessment. It's the same questions. 4 questions. And I talk about it other time. Where am I selfish? Where am I being? Because in the book on page 67, it says, where had I been? That's in the past. In the segment 3, where am I being selfish? Where am I being self-seeking? Where am I being dishonest? Then where am I being self-seeking? The pride. Where am I being frightened? Fear. So that by answering those 4 questions, I can answer, where am I to blame? It's total ego deflation. Only then can I right the wrong. By the way it's rated, no apology, no I'm sorry, none of that. It's so very interesting how after I do right the wrong, which I'll get to in a second, people do say to me, I accept your apology. And I thank them. Thank you. I don't say, but I didn't apologize. Never. It's amazing how they still get that I am apologizing. I am, but I don't ever, I don't sit here and say, I regret nothing. I make full acknowledgement of where it is that I was coming from that was completely wrong. I make no excuses. In fact, I say there's no excuse for that behavior. And I see it so clearly now, and I couldn't see it then. It was like I had blinders on because I was so wrapped up in self. I wasn't seeing you. It wasn't right. It was wrong. Period. Full stop. It is magical. Only, and it comes in the being. It's not here. It can only be learned and felt. The impact of what happens in that relationship. Oh, it's sending chills. Until next time.